And we are back for the second match of the weekend. It's going to be Vietnam versus Russia. Welcome back to Mania 4K World Cup 2024. We are the same roster of commentators here. I am Patraj. I'll be still commentating with Mifa. How are you?
Yep, we are once again back. This time, I am quite sure that this is going to be a even spicier one. Especially, I believe this is winner's bracket, so this is quite a bit of a fight, especially for both of these teams.
Yeah, like the previous match, New Zealand versus Italy, was latest bracket, and you'll see the contrast between latest bracket and winners bracket, and I think especially on round of 16, you'll see the very different dynamics. So it's a really good showing, just having those matches in a row. You'll see the differences in dynamics, the differences in strategies, especially. And speaking of strategy, we're going straight towards the protects, starting with Vietnam.
Seems like Russia has a strong protect here. Spiral of Erebus is the protect by Russia. The jump stream chart, of course. And this time it's a protect for Horizon Blue for Vietnam. This is SV1.
SV protect, let's go.
But I'm hoping that the protect should be the other one because we haven't seen those original lately. So
yeah, I wonder if Russia is gonna go for the SV ban, like straight for the SV ban, or are they gonna be a little bit more original? I would say.
Seems like quite a bit of a deliberation for the bans.
Yeah. I mean, why is Russia speaking right now? Because it's Vietnam's ban right now, or maybe we skipped over the chat here.
No, sure. I don't think so because Russia's been protecting first. So Vietnam will ban the Night Away, the stream pick, and Russia is going to ban this time. Not a Osu original is no longer in this match.
Right now, 2 for 2 on SV2 as a ban.
Which is lame. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, but kind of a shame, really, like you said before. But sometimes they just don't want to deal with it, or rather, they just don't know what they're gonna score on. Say, just a safety precaution. They're just gonna ban them for your safety.
Mm-hmm. Well, they know their differences in SV. SV skill. SV is like one of the easiest categories to determine between one team and another, and I do expect that a lot of strategy in protecting and banning just revolves around that category, especially. But Rice versus LN, however, they a little bit more up in the air.
Bulafase coming from Russia. Just okay, so a little bit of lighthearted, going for tech this early on, I suppose.
Yeah, going technical right from the get-go. Perhaps one of the more I was gonna say more chokeable picks, but A exists.
Well, they're not the greatest not the greatest example for a choke pick because after what happened in the last match between New Zealand versus Italy, Simo from Italy like a massive drop, might have been like 2 or 3 misses on that one particular jump button, and that just goes to show that at least just throws you off to the other side. That's very dangerous if they do not focus on that one specific thing.
Alright, let's get the teams on the board here. I believe that Joki from Vietnam has been forced to be reckoned a hidden force really, and especially in early games. So I do believe that Jerky, Reisina, and Kidwan are more well known within the tournament scene and are very, very scary for the Russian team. But this tire and Netco are also very, very strong, especially in an early game environment, and it's going to be up to Robot to maintain the third player role in Russia's lineup.
Yeah, especially for both of these teams have been outperforming very hard, especially for the round of 32. They might absolutely can like go to toe to toe with their early game, but this is a round of 16. This is we're already way past the early game, and this is a little bit more into the middle tier of the early game.
Yeah, you're completely right, and we're gonna see how that transition into early game into not so early game is gonna do on people's performance. Are they gonna miss? Are they gonna full lobby, full combo? We'll see.
I would highly expect to see, because this is a winner's bracket, both of these teams go through it. They still have one more light, even if they are losing on this match.
Alright, right now the lead is kind of trading back and forth, but it's also kind of dependent on latency.
Wow! Yeah, even then, the patterns in itself is still already fairly difficult to go through, and there's still no lead whatsoever.
Yeah, Raisin's gonna drop some accuracy to go at Robot's level, so it's basically tied, but trade one with the first miss.
Trade on with the first miss, but that's not like the worst thing in the world, because it's still there's still like one more section that I'm very fearful that this might happen again. Both teams go very cleanly on that one.
Yeah, Hidwan's miss was very clean, so their accuracy is still intact. And if Vietnam can recover some accuracy, it's their occasion to get the lead back.
Oh, the accuracy is shrunk. The accuracy goes shrunk from Russia's side. It's actually kind of goes very slowly.
It's still very good. It's like everyone is still above 99.7, so it's not making a huge
Everyone
impact
gone through. Everyone's going through that. The lead might cut off there, but Robot might actually have a lowest accuracy in the entire lobby. It's a 99.7. Everyone goes through it. That's Russia's point.
Yeah, let's compare the accuracies right now.
Oh my god, 56!
Has this team ratio. Vietnam clearly has the ratio and accuracy advantage on the rise, but that single miss made Russia get the point. I think combo is going to be the name of the game in this match.
Turns out the miss is the undoing for the Vietnamese side. I feel like even the ratio, they are fairly close because Robot and Trudeau might have been in similar ones. So Vietnam might still have the edge on the accuracy game, but combo game is the whole thing here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a common theme in round of 16. Round of 16 is going to be a lot about avoiding chokes, preventing chokes, and just focusing on combo, and especially combo. Your accuracy ability is going to be fairly natural as far as being a player goes. But the focus is where the focus is where it's at, and I don't think it's scaled similarly as just a raw skill.
Finally, the very first long note, the boost anima is like the very first long note one pick over the entire round of 32 and 16. I believe this might be the first one on the stream. I'm not so sure.
I actually saw LN1 being played in round 32, but it was very avoided. I think a lot of people are consider LN1 the coordination pick to be a very polarizing one.
It's not even being avoided, it's been almost consistently being banned, of course, so it's just kind of a breath of fresh air to see. a map type gets selected. This
Yeah,
I guess this early on, I feel.
I feel like as an SV player, it kind of um, vindicates me that a different category than SV is considered as polarizing. And I do want to consider chord jack being the same, but people know how to play chord jack, so it's not quite as polarizing.
I mean, Korchak is just negative space reading. It's just one way. There's just one way to see it if it's dense enough.
It's like inverse but twice.
Yeah, exactly. You just read the negative spaces and then you go. Then you just go get like really high accuracies just pure that alone. Maybe some of you that are watching this are gonna be probably has that kind of revelation where, oh wow, this is just negative space reading. I'm just gonna do that and just can read every single Korchak fix, you know?
Yeah, you heard it here on Osu Live. Chord jack is just inverse but twice. Anyway, let's go into the actual LN pick. Boost Anima players are getting ready. We have the LN lineups mostly lined up. Nepco is gonna give their spot to Oni-chan, and Vietnam
Okay.
is looking like they are putting Vixara to the test.
Yeah, I believe Vixar has been playing most of the long node picks in general, so no surprises she's seeing here. Although this is round of 16 long nodes, they're gonna have to elevate their game on the long node side, especially for this kind of release heavy, almost coordination focused. They're gonna have to step up their game.
Let's see how the accuracy is gonna go this time. It was going towards Vietnam before on the right stick, but on LN's is an entirely different story. Oh god, no.
The first miss goes to Robot actually. My on the lower accuracy side is one for the bottom row on the Russian side. 99.35, 99.16. Across the lowest player in Vietnam is a 99.7.
Yeah, I think the lead is gonna build up on Vietnam's side as we go because of the accuracy difference.
And this is probably just gonna continue this way unless there's a massive misread. Although this doesn't seem to be really the case, as the lead goes undisputably increased to Vietnam's side.
Yeah, Joki is just doing too well for this entire lobby, really. Vixal and Tidwan really balanced around 99.7, really good performances as well. This Taya just matching that performance as well.
Matching with Vixam, no less, even though that's the lowest accuracy in Vietnam, so there's other two players that are better than them.
Yeah, Vietnam is just really strong on the lens so far. Like, they really are showing that they scale on that level of coordination and accuracy.
Even so far, it's 6 players in this lobby. It's are going pretty much ham in this. Even though there might be some accuracy struggles, but they're not so much on just breaking or anything.
Yeah, so that's why I'm inclined to believe that Vietnam is going to keep their choices in picks towards the LN category, and Russia might hard focus the rice category, and we'll see that in the picks to come.
I might have saw that Elite kind of shrunk, but it's still like on the realm of between 20,000 point lead. Oh wow, there's a release. Might have been overholding or something on the big style side, but even then, that's just one slider break towards, I guess, maybe all still FC.
Yeah, honestly, really cohesive performance outside of that one miss.
This entire lobby has been only one slider break. Yeah, there you go. Not a miss, but a slider break.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Might have actually like 2 misses on robot side. I almost forgot about that. But even then, the accuracy is like 200 count for Vietnam, 2, 7, and 9. Oh, just breaking the single digit 200s is impressive.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by the performances of the lobby so far. Like, this is definitely a winner's bracket match. You can just figure it out by
Yeah,
just looking at
you
the
can
scores.
even you can clearly tell that these are players to root for if for performance consistency reasons. They are deserved to be in a winner's bracket for one specific reason.
Yeah, I do believe that if Vietnam keeps on going into the LN category, LN2 is going to be a little bit more risky because chokes can happen, and chokes have happened more on Vietnam's side so far than on Russia's side. LN3, however, I think is going to be their next pick as far as Vietnam goes, but it is Russia's turn to pick.
I believe Russia's will never go to the long note category because that's pretty much a death sentence at this point. Hybrid, it's still up in the air, and SV, kind of unlikely, given their ban is like the other SV, so might have been just to stick to the rice.
Yeah, I do wonder what the next pick's gonna be on Russia's side. Maybe they are gonna go with the most combo breakable picks.
Hey.
Try to make Vietnam flinch.
Oh, actually going for another vocal dump, Supernova.
Interesting.
Not too far off from the Vietnam's ban there, but the focus is pretty much on the dumps.
Yeah, there's not any real break in this pick, so it's about sustaining the dynamic and the flow of the map itself. And I do believe that Russia is very good at this, especially given the lineup of Nepco and Desire at least. The third player, is it going to be a robot? Is it going to be someone else? Who knows?
It might be someone else, even reading the chat, but I'm not too sure either.
Well, Demon the Good apparently is going to come fill the third spot for Russia. And the lineup from Vietnam is looking very stable. Joki, Vexal, Tidwan once again from one category to the other.
Yeah, I don't think we're probably straying from one place or one type to another. It's probably pretty consistent. Although for Vietnam's case, maybe not because there's only like 3 LNs, and they're gonna have to venture with the Hybrids later on, or maybe SV because they protected SV1, so there's a reason for that.
I mean, the thing is, Vietnam's lineup is also very all-rounded. Like some of the players, like Joki has continuously displayed that they were a really all-rounded player and all-rounded carry all around. Pidwan has been playing over the years as also an all-rounded player, Vexal as well. Just very outstanding players who deserve to play every category. Kind of depends on the individual picks at this point.
The biggest question is that can they actually rival with Russia here?
Yeah, can they keep the combo? Because like one single miss you saw on the first rise pick, one single miss was enough to give out the point to Russia, despite the accuracy advantage that Vietnam might have.
Kind of scared to see the unconventional. I guess not unconventional. It's just the snap kind of. It's just pretty tricky enough to decipher because I'm seeing a lot of like 112, 1/8 and whatever. It's just almost indecipherable.
Yeah, for now, Demon is gonna be a little bit behind in terms of accuracy, but I assume that Demon is gonna go for a combo strategy on this pick.
Oh, actually, the lead's gonna go for Vietnam side, although that's kinda not the point. If the point is the combo game, then something is up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really important for Vietnam to really keep that combo because 5,000 points, that lead can go away with one single miss.
Yeah, the second half is even tough, a little bit tougher because of the most I guess one-handed jumps into between the burst. But even then, I guess the lead kind of grows to the Vietnam side, so yeah, might not be a good sign.
Yeah, the accuracy is actually growing on Vietnam's side, and Damon's gonna catch a miss and definitely steer the lead towards Vietnam in that last chorus.
Oh god, this is actually gonna be a break point actually for Vietnam. There's another straight miss. Trader one gonna trade it out, but that one miss, 99.85, is not gonna cut it.
And Nintendo Joki 998.
Excuse me. Hey, Nintendo Direct was like 3 days ago or something. Come on, dude, you can't be serious.
64,300 is so good on this pick in particular. Like you were mentioning the snaps and so on, and 64,110, like even 110 is a really great score. But like, yeah, okay, that's Vietnam.
That's a break point, which is a very good situation to be in for Vietnam there. So I'd be scared now if they're gonna go with A for the high 19 FFR pick. Although for sure Vietnam will never ever stray away from the LNs. They're just gonna go with probably maybe like a long note 3 or like just to say survival Zindoko.
Yeah, honestly, I think Vietnam has a pretty straightforward path ahead of us, ahead of them. Russia, however, is gonna have to kind of maybe dive into the hybrid category.
There might be some surprise because along the tubings like the Pachiko de Shiawase, there might be some surprise here because this is the most straightforward of the MNs, and Russia do show that they can actually play this like with no problems at all. Just the rivaling on accuracy is the name of the game, kind of.
Yeah, Vietnam's strategy right now, I think, is to focus on accuracy. Russia's strategy right now is to focus on combo, and combo is how they got their points. And if combo is anything to go by, it was what allowed New Zealand to win against Italy. So another similar story could unfold here for Russia.
Well, I mean, we've seen some similar situations where a breakpoint could be decided on a couple sections. Although this doesn't really stand out as much. Not too much in the way Birdie's Preston showed. But you could be proven wrong as as a couple of picks on the last match we have been proven wrong.
Ready up, guys. There's hit one. And a lot of those players have been playing those picks in a row. Vietnam is seeing very little roster changes for us. The Russian Federation is switching their players once in a while. Robot makes a comeback for the Ellen pick, and then Nepco and Tyler also playing this one.
Yeah, this seems like I mean, very good start for both of these teams. None of them maybe having a lot of 200s on the side. Maybe I guess Nepco for maybe on the lowest.
Yeah, right now the trend is looking like that, maybe from A200, considering that Nepco's accuracy is greatly increasing right now, but one more 200 is going to put a hamper to their progress.
bottom row Vietnamese is actually has a uniformly good accuracy, 99.7 for both. The fact of the matter is, there's also 99.85 by Choki there.
Yeah, the dynamic is looking really similar between the two teams, and it's looking really scary because the lead is only like 6,000 points, and 6,000 points, you know what that means. A miss can matter a lot here.
Like, even with a miss, I would say that even with this high of an accuracy, you can afford to one slider break, but that proposition alone is pretty scary when there's a lead like this.
Yeah, right now it's this Tyra versus Joker in terms of carries, and the two other players are trying to survive. But can we even call Vietnam's accuracy surviving? They're at 99.8 right now, both Dixon and T1.
Well, they're both increasing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I shouldn't even be calling that survival. It's just a really cohesive, comprehensive team performance.
Well, they're really having a good time. There's like a 994 as their lowest score. Jeez, okay.
I mean,
303.
This team score from Vietnam, I do not think many countries in the world can match that team score. Like 995, 993, 993, and even Russia's team score is nothing to scoff at. Like 989, 991, and 984. Like you sum those scores up, you can beat many other countries in the world.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate when you're rivaling against a V1SS, a Black Flag, and a 4200 run. And then with like half of the ratio too. That's just kind of stupid.
Yeah, it just goes to show that getting a full team full combo is not enough to get a point, and Russia is gonna have to cover that.
Now this time they're gonna go with I believe it's there's a protect by Russia, so we're now on their home turf because their jump stream scores are crazy good on round of 32. This should be no exception.
Yeah, I'm really scared to see how high Vietnam can go in terms of accuracy, but accuracy is nothing if you miss a couple of times.
That has been proven true so many times, and even with such a godlike accuracy, you can still get a 990. Well, you know, that proposition does happen.
Razina is gonna make a return, replace Vixile.
Huh. I mean, interestingly enough, I feel like, given the type of jump stream this is, I mean, kind of calling this a different type of jump stream would be kind of silly, but their overall style on the jump stream between this and the round of 32 has been, I guess, almost a 180, because most of these are just very one-hand trilly, and this might produce a lot of, maybe a couple of accuracy chokes, maybe even drops even.
Yeah, this is very typical of Lemon Guy Falcon jump streams, especially since this takes like 3 minutes and 39 seconds. It's probably the longest non-tiebreaker pick in the entire pool, so just to show that. Stamina is also going to be a name of the game here. But winners bracket, they definitely all have the physicality to sustain the stamina, but it's also going to come down to consistency. And nerves, of course.
Well, yeah, let's see what they have to take this particular chart, especially for Lemon. Lemon's charts have been pretty wild in terms of performances. And of course, we have seen quite a few drops on the intro because of the long notes. Because who put long notes in my jump streams?
Yeah, fortunately, I think everyone on this lobby is more or less familiar with getting good accuracy on the islands. As you can see here,
Yep, there's only like a what 20-point difference. Kinda, it kind of stays that way, but that's still kind of silly.
Yeah, this is just the intro to get kind of a showing of how everyone ratios 3 stars, 2 stars, rank.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But once you get started, there's no turning back.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of breaks starting from now.
Okay. 99.99. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
It's not only that, but Joki is not too far behind at 97, and Desire is matching Joki, and T1 is actually getting close to Joki and Desire from the top.
Oh, a whole first third of the chart, and everyone's still at 99.93 plus.
Yeah, right now the lowest accuracy in the lobby is 99.93, so we are really looking at some of the best players in the world, really.
Almost the first half has elapsed, and people are still in the 99.93 plus territory.
Nothing is changing. The lead is entirely up to the combo and the accuracy chips. Like, if you see one single 200 in this stream, in this pick, it's gonna affect the lead greatly.
There might have been one actually from Russia. I believe it might have been from Demko, I feel.
It's actually crazy to think that one single 200 is only netting them at 99.92 in terms of accuracy drop. It's like, how do you evaluate that?
Reaching to the last quarter, and people are still in the 99.92.
Like, right now you can see the lead is going towards Vietnam, but this entire lobby is performing out of their minds.
I mean, come on now. This does not feel legal at all in any shape or form.
Yeah, there are absolutely no signs of anyone in this entire lobby dropping their accuracy. No one is looking like they want to drop this 99.9, and the first one to do so is gonna spell doom for their team.
I might have saw like a couple flicker, but that is still very negligible. Rizuna might have been finally below the 99.9.
Yeah.
But that is still very, very minuscule.
Yeah, like if Rizuna drops enough accuracy, the lead might shift towards Russia, but Robot is actually also dipping below 99.9. Like,
oh, are you serious? Are you serious right now? 1,000 point apart. Excuse me. Come on
How do
now.
you lose? How do you lose with a 2,992,000 team score total? Look at those ratios. Look at those 200 counts. You can count the amount of 200s in, well, one mutated hand, I want to say. But Vietnam catching a lot more 200s than Russia. It means that Russia definitely had a chance to get that from the 200s.
2 double-digit 300s from Vietnam. That is something else, man. I have no words.
Yeah, no, this is high octane, highest amount of caliber you can get. Like, we knew that Russia was a really, really outstanding Rice lineup from the get-go, but Vietnam just getting that point from perhaps one of the best Rice lineups in the entire world is a great showing. And well, just look at those scores. Look at this MP link that you have here in chat, and just I don't have anything else to say.
That was Russia's best chance of winning too, because it's their protect, and Vietnam has the breakpoint too. So it's really looking grim, especially for Russia now, because if they lost on their protect, I just don't know what to expect now.
completing the LN Gambit from Vietnam side. 4-1 right now. And considering the advantage that Vietnam has been getting on the LNs, it's looking also advantages on their side. It's less straightforward than LN2, so it goes to the disadvantage of the Russian Federation. But who knows? Maybe a couple of misses can change that.
Yeah, seems like, well, I believe Exile's going in instead of Rizuna, because that's what happened in, like, long node density chart. And I guess the other two LNs that being picked by Vietnam as well, because they have been picking all LNs so far, and Russia has been sticking on it on the Rise. Probably the complete opposite from what we saw from the last match, because Rise has been exhausted in that last match. This time is long nodes, so gonna be a complete ones.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how another pick with lower accuracies this time. We do not expect 998 this time. It's gonna go between the two teams.
This time Reason is staying in instead of Exile. Although I guess I would say the same for Robot instead of Oni from Russia's side.
Yeah, you can see like all of the players in this lobby are very versatile, and it just comes down to individual picks. Who is actually going to play, and it's not a Rise versus LN type of dynamic between the players.
Although this is a bit more tech-ish, although I guess, well, calling this tech-ish might be kind of, a little bit too much, because there's a lot of shields in between, which might catch on the releasing it too early sometimes.
Yeah, right now, Nepco again having a little bit lower accuracy because of catching 200s on the way, but not too far behind from everyone else. But Vietnam is still performing out of their minds right now. Speed 1 at 99.8.
This is a significant choke from Robot there, from going from 99.6 to 99.5, like about 0.15% decrease in terms of accuracy. And I have no words. How does Jockey is able to stay afloat with a almost 99.9 even after this?
Yeah, this tire matching his Brazen in terms of accuracy, but crumbling on this polyrhythm. Please no! That is devastating.
Not again.
That is absolutely devastating. Like, that part is actually really chokeable in terms of polyrhythm and technical ability.
Even with a miss from this side, this is still such a crazy good score for such a hilarious chart to boot. Even that's still not enough to beat Vietnam like this. That's just, how do you even beat that? Jokey, come on, you cannot do that. Are you serious right now? 996k on this chart. That's oh my god, dude, come on.
996, 989, 991. That is a really, really good team score. And Russia as well, actually. 987, 989, and 980. Like, there's not a lot of teams that can match any of the two teams' performances. But 996 on such a wild LN is a score that is really difficult to reach for any player in this world.
I don't think I have that much else to say, rather than I think in terms of how Vietnam's can do on long node picks is speaking for themselves.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like Vietnam's consistency was looking a little bit shaky because they lost 1 point because of one miss, but ever since that miss, they've been looking really consistent. It's just that one single miss that cost them 1 point, but that's it.
Even with, I mean, Russia, it's now Russia's turn to pick, and they still have two other decent choices. But after that, Vietnam still has that trump card, which is their protect, and that is pretty much ooh, rough actually for Russia there. They're going for A. Alright, let's see how this goes now.
Russia is not gonna go for SV, unfortunately, but A is kind of close to SV in a way. It's like really unpredictable. You have to know the map in order to play it. It's like, if you don't know the map, if you sight read this map, you will fail.
I don't think Russia is able to take the risks, especially when they are this far down, like 4 points down. I just, it's better to just stick with what you've got now. And Vietnam still has that if they want to go for that.
I think if Russia is playing for a combo, this might be their best pick remaining.
Oh yeah, for sure, because of how the patterns are pretty silly, but it works in this case. And this so far, it's been kind of paying off for most of the weird rhythms in this kind of hand. As far as match score goes, that alone. Although this time, it's now Vixile instead of Tridoing.
Joki, Razina, and Vixile, I don't think is a combination of players we have seen. I think Tidwan was playing up until now, so giving them a break on this one is pretty interesting to see.
I guess in a way it's more of a tactical break because Tridoing might be somewhere out there playing SV1 just to make sure.
Perhaps.
Damn, I love this job.
Yeah, this is this looking to be a swan song for Russia? We'll see about that.
Yo, here we go. Alright, you can go ahead and start. At the count of 3, I want everybody in the place to be to make some noise if you're down with me. 1, 2, 3.
I like the 1, 2, and 3. It just corresponds to the number of notes.
Make some noise.
Played some fucking kick-ass music.
Long jacks.
Everyone gets along jacks except Razina.
Hey! Oh, I mean, Nepco has a little bit of a tank on the rolls there, I feel.
Yeah, kind of a trade in accuracy, but Russia got it harder than the count starts.
It still can happen at some point. The rolls like here, like that again. There's a couple of chokes on the rolls there for Nepco as well. Twice there, actually.
Yeah, Vixel doesn't have a really high accuracy like before, so it's definitely putting the lead in contention here, and it's looking very balanced between the two teams.
Jump stream time.
They have the exact same performance between the two teams. It is incredibly tight.
Okay, the jump stream section is almost all over now. It's just back to this again.
It's gonna come down to the second half to determine the accuracy between the two teams. Anyone can take it.
I'm not sure there's a choke somewhere, but there might have been a couple 200s by Rizuna there, actually.
I had a baseball cap.
302 points the difference! Come on now!
Yeah, I think like accuracy is looking most volatile towards Vixel's side, I want to say, but Russia is not looking in full
rolls
right now, but they're really performing well though.
Damn, I love this job.
508 points the difference right now? It's gonna go anywhere. There's a 200. Rizuna has a 200 right there.
Oh god.
The lead is still nothing at this point.
Yeah, it all
I
comes
think
down to the individual burn!
Vixile! There's the one with that is this star with the missile roll!
No
The
way,
Mrs. Trade, though.
that's a trade! But this
The Mrs. Trade.
was cleaner than Vixile.
There's one more long jack, Vixile! Long jacks right here again. Russia's safe from the brink of that pick.
Yeah, it was Vexil's miss, but it was between Vexil's miss and this star's miss. But this star's miss, you can see it's one single miss. It's one clean miss. Vexil's miss was way messier. There's one miss, 150, and perhaps some couple of 200s around there. And that gives Russia their second point and their chance for survival.
They do have a one breather there,
Go ahead and start.
but it's Vietnam's turn, and Vietnam still has their protect. Are they gonna go with that?
Is it SV time? It's gonna be SV time finally.
Played some fucking kick-ass music.
I think at this point there's nothing to lose, because if you're protected so far into this match, you might as well go for it.
We're all waiting for it. Say the line. Come on, you can do it. You don't have any LNs left. The hybrids are
don't
too
have
risky.
LNs. Hybrids are too risky. There's one rice pig left, that's Korjak, and I'm pretty sure that's just pretty much what Russia's gonna go for. So I just don't think that's the wisest move you can make. There's only that one protect that you sought for too long, but now they're gonna go call for timeout there.
Are they blue balling us? Are they blue balling us out of an SV pick? They are gonna get the timeout. We are gonna get the cliffhanger on this pick. We're never gonna know if they're going to go for SV or if they're gonna deprive us from content.
Hey, I mean, if they're already this far into the match, you might as well get a break, right?
Okay, so for the record, any team can call a 2-minute timeout to get their spirit back. And it's actually Vietnam calling for a timeout by being at a 5-2 situation, match point situation by the way. Vietnam has guaranteed their spots for a tiebreaker at least. But Russia still has a chance to get back to 5-5 and just trigger the tiebreaker.
It is a steep road for Russia, but at the very least, Russia may call in the Uno reverse card actually, if they actually manage to practice the other SV. So, you know, you never know what's about to happen.
You never know what's gonna happen. We do not know which pick Vietnam is gonna go for right now. It is Vietnam's turn to pick, and we just do not know.
If they're challenging with Korjaks, that's just kind of a spit to the face.
We're still waiting. It is a beautiful day outside. There's another match that's gonna go in 12 minutes as well. Netherlands versus Australia happening in 12 minutes time.
Vietnam's forgot. There you go. All right, Horizon Blue it is. There's your SV.
Yeah, all right, let's go. We knew it was gonna happen, but like calling a timeout to kind of get the SV back into memory is also a valid strategy.
Bottom row is empty. Unless Nevco joins it now. Hey, there's a reason why they protected this until the very end, or not the very end. I would say that midpoint into this match, it's you know, there's something going on with Vietnam's SV now, and this clearly shows that they have been very much well versed.
Is Russia gonna go with the same lineup as their... Oh,
No, probably not. But I'm not even sure if because I think definitely coming from Russia, Tokyo
yeah.
probably the first time for the Vietnam now actually, or at least playing for the SV charts in particular.
Yeah, it's gonna be Daphne and Takayume getting their entrance into the scene.
I mean, tell you what, I like the Easter egg for the difficulty name.
Oh, yeah, that's a direct shout out.
Yeah, Coil does have a Towards the Horizon chart, which is like around 6 to 7 years old. It's just pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, Quail is an old school mapper, made their comeback for the SMWC SV, and you'll get to see that their SV style has been a little bit modernized, tiny bit modernized.
I mean, too bad this is not like a carry me away level style. Although that might be too precarious for round of 16, but you know.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to be said about this SV. It's a fairly bit more physical than your average SV, and there's a bit of technical bursts that can just drip your accuracy away. It's just really hard to get good accuracy on this pick.
Question is, are they gonna get this or not? I mean, we can probably tell if their next if the first SB they got it done right, then they are within the clear.
For now, Daphne's gonna get the lowest accuracy in the lobby, but not too far away from.
Oh, Tokyo
also dropping some accuracy.
Tokyo may actually lowest Nepco with the first miss and a couple of 50 and 200 there. Might have mistimed that one section there.
Yeah, right now Vietnam is a really solid performance, but Big Sal dropping some accuracy. Takayumi as well.
Oh, lower than 99 now actually.
Yeah, Nepco just not recovering quite yet in terms of accuracy. Definitely maintaining their accuracy actually. This tire also really high in terms of accuracy, leading the lobby right now.
Alright, 15,000 points of lead there. Although, even this kind of slow jam, you really cannot relax. Because the lead actually shifting towards Russia. It's now cut down to like 15,000 to 10, almost 12,000 now actually.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see the dynamic in this last part, which is really more reading based, and also those LNs might spell doom for some of those people's accuracies.
Oh wow. Vietnam's nailing this now. Namco having so much trouble releasing this right. Especially with the 200 from those LNs alone. And I think at this point it's really pretty much done with 27,000 points of lead. Is very, very solid lead for Vietnam there. And Vietnam's gonna take that last point 6-2 in Vietnam's favor.
Yeah. Congratulations to Vietnam for making it out of the round of 16, still in the winners bracket, and Russia is going to go into the losers bracket. And considering the performance they displayed today on round of 16, they're going to be a really, really scary team to face against in the quarterfinals in the losers bracket.
Very well fought for both of these teams, trying to duke it out to see if they can get the best of every single thing, especially for Long Nose and Rice, and Russia has been performing exceptionally well on those Rice. Even then, you have to contend with Vietnam, which is absolutely monstrous performance. And this clearly shows that Vietnam is not some team that is to be taken lightly.
Yeah, their lineup might not look similar as before, but even their new blood is just really good at tournaments. Even in tournament pressure, tournament situation, they managed to get some incredible performance, incredible team performance. The results, you can look back at the MP Link, they were really looking cohesive as a team can be. And as a seed 7, I think going forward into the quarterfinals, we could see an upset going against their higher seeds. But next, not too far from now, 4 minutes from